Number 1, sometimes your TikTok videos are meant for finding your voice. For many people, and I think that's one of the beauties of TikTok, is that many people haven't had practice using their voice, showcasing their voice, sharing what they believe in, and allowing their personality to really and truly blossom in their own space and their own platform. I know for me, TikTok was the first place where I felt like I could just be 110% goofy. So I just want to remind you that sometimes your TikTok videos are literally for finding your voice and practicing what it is that you're passionate about. Number 2, not every video on TikTok is meant to go viral. Now, one thing that can be a very dangerous trap that a lot of people experience, I know I've experienced this for sure, is you start to grow on TikTok, and then for whatever reason, some people assume every single video is meant to go viral from that point on. Be aware of this trap, because the truth of the matter is you do not need to go viral on every single video. You can reach tons of people without ever going viral. In fact, I know a ton of people. I'll name one of them right now, Kelly Sturdivant. Most of her videos don't necessarily go viral or even really take off. However, she has attracted a fantastic community of people who love her. Not only that, but she continually attracts potential clients and actually has secured clients specifically from her videos that have not gone viral. So there's a little encouragement for you. Number 3, a lot of people talk about 7-8 second videos, and I'm going to just share a little bit about the why behind it. Okay. So essentially the average TikTok video view is 8 seconds long. So what happens is when your video is 7 or 8 seconds, it's going to increase that rate of people who watch the video multiple times or watch it most of the way to the end. And while this is an awesome tactic, it is not a long-term strategy. Some people have built with exclusively 7 or 8 second videos, but I just want to remind you, these are fantastic when you're practicing. So if you start with shorter videos, you can attract an audience, build a following, and then have people who are more excited about your longer form content. So I recommend starting with short videos. And if you've already built a following on TikTok, I recommend leaning into the 7 or 8 second video strategy every couple of videos to expand the reach and expand the people that you get to connect with your fantastic content. Number 4, think of TikTok as like a trailer for your longer form content. Oftentimes people are at this place, at least I know I'm at this place, I've talked to tons of other people who are there. People don't want to waste their time. You feel that? Like you don't want to waste your time watching a 10-minute or 20-minute YouTube video if you don't know that that person's going to give you a ton of value. And so I kind of like to, I don't know if anyone else does this, but sometimes at night we'll sit and watch trailers on Amazon Prime and watch trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer. And sometimes we'll get to the end of watching trailers because I didn't want to watch a bad movie, and I'll realize we just watched 2 hours worth of trailers to avoid watching a 2-hour bad movie. So the truth is, you guys, people are at a place where they're wanting to watch trailers, they're wanting to check reviews, they're wanting to see, am I going to enjoy this or get value from this before they invest more time? So I personally find that TikTok is a lot like a preview or a trailer for your brand, especially if you create longer form content on, let's say, like YouTube or Facebook Lives. It's a fantastic way for people to become familiar with the amount of value that you share and how you can transform their life. Number 5, now this one take with a grain of salt, load your captions full of keywords. Now this doesn't mean like keyword stuffing if you're familiar with the blogging of old days. It doesn't mean just like shove tons of keywords into your caption, but rather as TikTok becomes more and more searchable on the platform and also on Google and other platforms, what I recommend is making sure that many of your videos have keywords that make it clear exactly what your video is about so that it is found by the people who need exactly what's in that video. Number 6, you don't need to niche down your content, and I'll talk about that in a moment, but you do need to niche down your hashtags. Make them about your audience. Make them about what you're talking about. Now, I'm just going to dive into the rest because I totally knew I'd lose track of which number I was on. So you can use a tool like Metricool, that's METRICOOL, to find hashtags to use on TikTok. They show you the actual volume of every single TikTok that you search for inside of their platform. It's updated in real time. I generally speaking like to start with hashtags that are between like 100,000 uses to 1 million. Put interesting talking points in your background and throughout your video. For example, I normally have wild and crazy nails that usually draws attention. Wear a hat with a prominent like saying or a logo on it. You can have rainbow colored books in the background or a YouTube play button or something just that adds layers of interest so that people comment not just because of the content in your video. Feel free to multitask while you're recording TikTok videos. I really feel it enhances that kind of natural parasocial feel versus everything being super polished and contrived and almost a little bit salesy. Multitasking also will oftentimes make people watch a video multiple times because they watch it once for what you're saying and once for what you are doing. The next big thing I want to share is that you do not need expensive outfits. You do not need expensive equipment or anything like that to be successful on TikTok. For most people, not everyone, there are exceptions, being too professional, too polished, etc. on TikTok, it can actually cause your views to go down. If you're gonna create TikToks, one of the best and fastest paths is to be authentic, chill, and just you. Now, I recommend this one, shoot to go live 1 to 2 times per week on TikTok. 1 to 2 times per week on TikTok. I will say my fastest growth comes from when I'm usually going live every day, but I know that's not always sustainable for everybody. But there are 2 real styles of lives that I'm a huge fan of. So one is more of chill and nurture, which means it's like behind the scenes or hang out with me. That's usually what I do when I'm recording podcast episodes like this. I'll get to hang out and still connect with an awesome group of people, but also be sharing some value at the same time. I normally do like morning get ready with me and I'll do my makeup on a live. And these are not meant to be your huge audience lives. These are nurture, these are chill. This is a behind the scenes look. It's a great way to really and truly connect with people in kind of a different style than what you're used to. The second style of lives that I really am a huge fan of is training style lives. So one thing that I've been seeing people crushing it with, and we're gonna be moving into this, but I don't do a lot with slides, but a lot of times people will put their laptop in the forefront of their TikTok lives. So you can see their talking head above the laptop, but you can see their actual slides as they scroll on through and they'll teach. And I've seen people have anywhere from 300 to 3,000 people on those lives as they present a training, a tutorial, a masterclass, a webinar. It's so powerful because TikTok loves when you retain an audience, and when you retain the audience and they're engaging and they're asking questions and stuff, TikTok is going to push out your lives to even more people. Now, these are general rules, okay? I want to reframe the way that people look at frequency, because a lot of times people will be like, Rachel, you post like 10 videos a day most days. Is that what I have to do to grow on this platform? Absolutely not. That is a personal preference, a style that I like. I like to create quick, chill content. It's my creative outlet. It's something I have so much fun doing. Sometimes I've even done as many as 20. But the truth is, the only time that you really need to tap into frequency is number 1, when you're enjoying it. Number 2, when you're trying to get feedback and data faster. And number 3, when you're testing out new ideas. Generally speaking, most people can grow with the consistency of like 1 TikTok per day. If you TikTok 3 to 5 times per day, you're going to see faster growth. You do not have to TikTok on weekends. Feel free to take the weekends off, but sometimes I'll still post because I just am having so much fun. And if you want to grow very quickly, but especially grow your learning of what works really well, you can TikTok 10 times a day. It's fantastically fun. Now you can test your YouTube titles on TikTok. So test them out as the hook, see how they perform. This can actually be a great way to get really fast feedback and data on what captures an audience and brings people in. You can also schedule your TikToks. I personally love using metricool once again, and that's metricool, metricool. Instead of TikTok Scheduler, it is approved by TikTok. It's fully integrated with the API, but I found that it's even more reliable than TikTok's built-in scheduler. So that's a fantastic way to make sure you're consistent, even when you are busy with life, right? Because it happens. The next thing I want to share with you, and this is huge, is create at the speed that you like to learn at. I oftentimes find that people like try to slow down or overly speed up their general pace of sharing and delivering value. And so I like to say, create at the speed you like to learn at. I personally like to learn pretty quickly. I'm like, let's go. Let's get some good stuff in here. So create at that speed. The only exception is when you need to tap into empathy or emotion, feel free to slow it down. So on all your other content besides the empathy, the slow storytelling, the emotional content that really, really brings people in, I recommend like trimming out and intentionally cutting off the beginnings and ends of every single sentence so there's not a lot of downtime. Now here's a big one. You can batch content even when you don't know what you're going to use it for. Save it as drafts. You'll figure it out later. Sometimes my best ideas come to me when I'm literally laying in bed and I'm like, oh yeah, I had that one draft and oh, this would be smart. And I usually think this might be really smart, but it also might be really dumb. And usually that's where the genius comes. The next thing I want to share is that you do not need to niche down your content. Absolutely not. I don't care how many people say you need to. You do not need to niche down your content, okay? Otherwise, I saw someone talking about this on TikTok lately, but you know when like TikTok does that thing where it refreshes and you lose the video you were just watching, you're never gonna find it again. Someone once shared that if you are super niched down, your content becomes very transactional versus relational. So if all I did was just share social media tips nonstop, if I were to share something about my personal life, it's gonna be really, really closed off. And I'm gonna get this like kind of echo chamber of belief that I only can niche down my content. But if you're yourself, you're multi-passionate, multi-faceted self from the very get-go, there's gonna be more of a relationship built from the get-go, which I'm a much bigger fan of. All right. Now this is huge. A lot of times people think copy is not important if you do social media or video. You need to understand how copy works in order to succeed consistently on TikTok. It's not necessarily about storytelling, it's about how you present the value. I'm a huge fan of studying copy. I think it's something that every marketer, business owner, and content creator needs to do. And I will say, the more I spend time, energy, resources, investing into copy, the better everything else runs in our business. Content modeling. Now this is huge. I 10 out of 10 recommend the book Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, so you can understand the difference between stealing and plagiarizing versus getting inspired and content modeling. Now this is one thing that I find is really helpful. So let's say, for example, I'm talking about TikTok growth. If I go and study videos that are about TikTok growth, it's gonna be really easy to accidentally borrow too much of that original inspiration, or at least I know that has been the case for me, and I don't really like how that feels. So I'm a bigger fan of actually content modeling other industries. So for example, you can content model like the fitness industry if you're a marketer. You can content the wedding industry if you're a fitness expert. You look for a different industry in order to content model without feeling like you have to completely rework it without accidentally borrowing something or even stealing something that could feel like it would create issues. So I think that's a big thing to keep in mind. You can take your TikTok content and repurpose it for IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, etc., even Pinterest pins with a few caveats. Now, I personally have for a long time used SnapTik.app to remove the watermark from my TikToks before I repurpose them. Recently I found out about a new tool. I'm going to test it out, see how we like it. And once we know like how it works, I'll let you know. You'll be the first to hear because apparently it automatically repurposes your content. I'm going to have to give this a try. I'm kind of excited. Now, the next big thing I want to share with you is that you can use TikTok as a front end of your ecosystem. It's called the TikTok Ecosystem Amplifier. You can link your TikTok to 2 different platforms, which include your YouTube and your Instagram. You can give freebies on those platforms, direct people to your Facebook group, link to your core offer, get people onto your text messages, into your email list, all through the link in your bio. So you actually have 3 places to cross-pollinate people into other platforms, which is so exciting. So you can connect them to, or rather direct them to your Instagram and your YouTube directly from your TikTok profile. And you can use your link in bio to provide tons of value. I will say, there should not be a super big call to action or purchase because that's going to be an immediate turnoff for people who are just looking to learn more about you, get more value, build that know, like, and trust and rapport. So I'm a huge fan of leading with value to get people into your ecosystem so you can keep on sharing more and more value with them. The next concept is called TikTok preeminence. It's basically the way to become truly a national expert and known for what it is that you do. Now, I learned this concept from one of my mentors, Jay Abraham. He is known as like the $8 or $9 billion man. He's pretty powerful and very, very good at marketing. And he teaches preeminence. So here's how you're going to do that. pick a main topic, right? So that's like your specialty. We'll just use TikTok as an example. From there, I'm gonna pick 12 subtopics. Why? Because there's 12 months in the year and it works really well. So my 12 topics might be TikTok captions, TikTok hashtags, TikTok lives, TikTok engagement, TikTok, you get the point. So you've got your 12 subtopics. Then what you're gonna do is go to answerthepublic.com. You get 1 to 2 free searches every 24 to 48 hours per IP address, or else you can pay $97 for a month and do all your research in that month and then cancel it, unless you wanna keep it. So go to answerthepublic.com and you're gonna search for the keywords, specifically TikTok captions, TikTok hashtags, TikTok profile, TikTok, you got it, okay? And what you're gonna do is choose 30 different cues or questions so that you can share value systematically every single day. Now, what Answer the Public does is it compiles all of the top most Googled questions about any set of keywords. So you can search based on country and language, which is pretty powerful. It's a very versatile tool. And then from there, you can systematically just answer one of those questions each and every day with your content. The last point is this. Link in bio is being flagged in both text, caption, and the words that you say in your video. Right now, we found that Bink and Lio works really well, plus it gets extra engagement because people go, you misspelled it. Yeah, that was kind of on purpose. So I wanted to share all this because I know it's gonna be super powerful for you. If you wanna get some free resources related to TikTok, head to rachelpedersen.com/podcast or go to my TikTok profile. I'm at the Mrs. Pedersen on TikTok. Click the link in my bio right there and you're gonna see all kinds of powerful things, from our TikTok starter pack, which is totally free, to 300 plus TikTok content prompts. There is so much gold inside of those links. So head on over and grab them. Bye for now.